Okay, so smile, take a deep breath, and relax. That's what it's about. It is an awful day out today weather-wise. It is raining, and then it snowed, then it went back to rain, and it snowed again. And I just finished up now, skating about 2.5 miles of spots. Not even really spots, just random obstacles that happen to be surfaces I could grind on. Would be a better way of putting it. But it came out, and I'll tell you what, this is dedication to skating has really been such an integral part of my sobriety that I love days like today because they're a challenge. They're a challenge to get out and stay focused and stay positive on what I'm doing. And like this trick right here, I talked about trying to do this, and it's not the best landed one, but it was literally angled almost completely downwards. And I've been talking about doing that forever. So all of the dedication that comes with skating is it fills in those voids that used to be there for me, and it's just so awesome. So bad weather, good day. All right, seizing on the opportunity. So it's raining out today, and this spot is always packed with people because it's a stadium and a bunch of fields. And when there's any sunlight, it's packed with people. But when it's raining, obviously they're not going to be there. So the rain wasn't that bad that it was affecting my skating. So it seemed like the perfect opportunity to actually make this spot happen finally, and it worked. I did all the basic tricks I wanted to do. I'm not a great rail skater, as we know, but still fun. Still got out there, still made the best out of like a kind of crappy situation in the evening tonight. And I did take one bad fall, as you're about to see. Ow. Yeah, that sucked. But after that, I did get up. I did land the fish brain. Wasn't as good as I'd liked, but you gotta pick your battles in situations like this. So it was all about just making the spot happen with the circumstances. So it was cool. After the fall, bummer. Another morning spot ends up being better than I thought. I've thought about skating this things for years, this electrical box corner for years, and today it ended up being better than I thought it could be. Even when I had contemplated it years back, I thought I was only going to be able to do maybe some forward tricks on it, a solar or macchio. Ended up being able to do some alley topsides on it, and it had some challenges. You had to sweep the ground off. It was uphill going one of the ways. So these challenges end up making it more fun. And today, whereas in the past trying to skate the pool behind this building, we would always get kicked out and people real combative over it. Today, I skated it. People walked by. People just waved, said what's up, thought it was cool, and that positive vibe actually makes it easier to do tricks when you're in the moment. So it was cool, and it ended up working out better than I thought it was. It's why you should always go out, even if you're second guessing the desire to go out and skate, or you think it might not work out, or you think the spot might not work out. Go out anyways, because you never know that it might turn out better than you thought. Good vibes, guys. An interesting thing that's going on right now is whereas most people prefer to be around other people and then they're quarantined, I prefer to be alone, and I definitely like skating alone most of the time. So I have to search out these places where I can skate free of people, both to be safe and also because it's just how I prefer to skate. And so it's a challenge, and I got to skate this bench today, which is usually quite packed with people because it's at a church and a preschool that is usually very busy, and it's empty right now. So I got to pull it off, and it's definitely a challenge. Right now I more people are out and about than usual because people aren't working and they got to get exercise. Whereas I'm usually out here during the day trying to get away from people. Now I'm trying to get away from people for a whole different reason. It's weird, but it's cool. This stacked bench clip is cool too. Same place, other side of the building, and it worked out. It's just I have a little faith. Not in anything specific, but I have faith in rollerblading, and it always seems to work out. Just God bless rollerblading, right? All right, two spots in one day. Well, two spots in one session. Uh, I made a comment yesterday because I've been kind of really unhappy with the way a lot of people have been acting in regards to everything going on in the world right now. And one thing that I'm extremely grateful for skating for is it really does help me put a buffer between myself and that human instinct nature we have to be negative. And I really do believe that. I believe a lot of humans are naturally negative, and I have those inclinations to be kind of more of a pessimist. And it is extremely bad for me. It's extremely bad for my well-being, my mental health, and my day-to-day living. So if there's one thing that I really do believe that I have the most gratitude for in rollerblading, it's that way it pushes me back into a positive mindset in a way that nothing else does. So it's like I was saying yesterday, I have a lot of faith in rollerblading. I have a lot of faith in rollerblading. That's something to be extremely grateful for. This, guys. So here's a perfect example of what I mean when I say I have faith in rollerblading. I went out this afternoon, I walked the wrong direction that I even wanted to go, but just kind of kept going, and somehow ended up at the YMCA, which I completely forgot about, which closed down recently. And I forgot that there's a pool around the back. Now, there's another pool in West St. Paul that's a big kickout because it's in a very public area. You know, people can see you all around. This is completely hidden from the people around. There's no houses by it. And this is what I mean by have faith in rollerblading. If you just have faith that something's going to work out within the sport, well, you go out, you know, if it's just a session you're looking for or a trick you want to do, put in the effort, have faith it'll work out. This was incredible. This was so much fun. It's going to be even better, I think, once I can get a broom in there and sweep it out and kind of get the ground to be not so slippery. But this was an unbelievable thing to just stumble on in an afternoon, and I can't wait to go back. Unreal. Like I said, have faith in rollerblading, guys. Okay, so one of the best things about making these edits is that even when I skate badly, I can share them with you, and it's kind of cool either way. Today was not a good day skating-wise. I did not skate well. I was in a very negative headspace when I went to bed last night, and I was not quite able to shake it when I woke up today. Usually I can. And it kind of shows through in the skating. None of the tricks really looked how I wanted them to look. Everything was landed kind of just off kilter, and it was kind of frustrating. You know, new sole plates on my skates, which made it kind of crappy. I'm just not used to it, so I don't know. You know, the the best thing about skating is that just the act of getting out does help me, doesn't improve my mood, but it does always kind of bum you out when you go out and you can't skate as well as you'd like to because your body kind of feels like it's failing you. But yeah, I thought that'd be interesting. It's not all good days, guys. You gotta persevere through the bad ones as well. So better luck next session, right? Alright guys, so I pushed through the negative mindset and came out with a much better session this afternoon. I turned this waiting area over by the YMCA into a makeshift skate park with these different benches and took advantage of the new sole plates by skating the rounded off bench with the holes in it, which is always a lot harder to do when you have worn down plates. And it worked out really well, and I'm really glad because I was in a real bad headspace really. I was just not having a good day, and it turned out much better just by sticking it out and putting some more thought into it and having some fun here. This was a lot of fun to kind of just make different things up on this spot, different grinds, moving the benches around, and like I always seem to mention, it's quiet and it's secluded, meaning that you have time to kind of just breathe, think through what you're doing, and have a lot of fun. It just, you know, this is what I mean, like I said earlier, have faith in rollerblading and have faith in yourself when you go out and do this stuff, because it's you never know what you can pull off. So this was a lot of fun. Alright, today's session was a long walk to a super secret stealth mission on the side of this building where you can't see the person doing the skating. Just past, you know, on the other side of the walls there is construction work going on inside the building. So you had this little bit of room where you could skate and get away with it. I mean, there was people walking by on the street, but they obviously aren't going to worry about that. Most of them are pretty cool. So it was kind of fun, and I did do a variety of stuff on the down rail. I did repeat some tricks on the stair rail, but you know, I'm just warming up. It's morning, and then that is not a mirage you're seeing right there. That is actually me skating a handicap, hating it the whole time. A lot of fun still to be out, even if I'm not a big handicap rail fan. I do like to just get out in the morning now and skate whatever I can find, and today, that's what I found. And you know, nobody bothering you, peace and quiet, nothing wrong with that, right? All right, guys. So inspiration hit me hard today. I was having a back and forth text conversation with a longtime friend named Dan Natmiller, and we were just talking about how freaking sick blading is and how sick the Minnesota skate scene has always been. Our crew, and I just got really motivated and decided to go and finally make this trick happen here at the stadium, and then went back and did these tricks at the side of the stadium on this curved ledge thing that is barely an inch high, a couple inches high. Did a bunch of tricks and it was super fun, but it was crazy. You know, just the inspiration hit me at a moment's notice, and I wanted to get back out there today, and it worked out even better than I could have hoped. Not a single person there to bother me. Nobody kicked me out. I was able to skate the whole time. And it's just amazing how, like, you know, like I said before, have faith in rollerblading. Had faith, went out, made these tricks happen. I am so pumped right now. If you watch the story I posted on Instagram, I am so pumped right now that these tricks worked out. It's so much fun. This is just good times, guys. Take it easy. All right, so I got back to the school today and went into this kind of haven for rainy days like today. It's rainy and it's pretty cold with wind, but this bench inside the baseball field has the plastic benches, and it's a lot of fun to just mess around on. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of room to skate up to it or land, so you kind of gotta push off and only get to grind the last bit of it. But it's still, when the goal is to just get out and have fun, you can't be picky, and that's a good thing. So I did a couple of tricks. I was really pumped about that. Shuffled a topsoul there, and then I did a price fish right there. Both I was happy though because those were a little bit higher than the stuff I would normally do these tricks on. So little challenges each day, little challenges that I can topple while I'm out skating by myself to just keep myself sane and keep having fun. So today was a good one despite the rain and the cold. Okay, so I got up again today, and I've been meaning to get back to this thing since the snow started to melt. I got out to this on the very first day of January this year, and it was covered in snow. And I did a couple of tricks, but I wasn't able to really skate it. And this was a lot of fun. It's made of wood. I had to get some ice off of it and wax it heavily, but it was fun. And it was actually really solid feeling. And right now, these second sessions of the day are a huge godsend to me as somebody who is in recovery and needs to have those outlets for feelings of anxiety or any type of problem that we cope with as people. And today it's like I've really gotten good at getting in tune with what I'm thinking and feeling and getting back out there when I know it's beneficial. And this ended up being even more productive than I thought. I had a lot of fun skating this thing today. Okay, guys, so I'm learning a lot about myself in this process.
Beautiful morning out
This
today.
morning I
We're
woke
working
up
through some
and a
issues.
friend of mine, an old friend of mine, reached out to me and he had a bone to pick with me over something I had done to him, a way in which I had wronged him when we were younger. And part of sobriety and recovery is facing down those wrongs. And this was one that, it was not easy to hear somebody that you were friends with, mention something like that so bluntly. And he accepted my apology, and I asked him if I could reach out, if I could use this in my next audio on. And I found my limit. I got out today and I was real self-conscious because I faced that down earlier, and my skating was absolutely affected. I skated awful today. I'm gonna put the tricks in here. None of them really came out right, but it just I had to push myself to find out where that line was, how much I could face down at once before my skating started to sidetrack because my mind wasn't there. So this is interesting. It's not easy to handle, but it's all part of the process, guys. All right, guys. After a serious one earlier today, this one is all the other way around. This is actually kind of terrifying. Yeah, I don't jump gaps. Anybody who knows me knows I'm not a gap jumper. But after such a hard start to the day, I really wanted to finish it off in a positive way. And I thought, what better way to do that than to go to this pool that I found? And I brought the bench in there, the bench with the holes in it, and decided to just figure out how many ways I could use the bench with the pool. And actually had a lot of fun making up stuff to do here. And there's honestly more to do there. It's just the ground inside the pool is very slippery, so the bench moved around a lot, as you're about to see. Yeah, that could have been bad. Between that and these two hilarious almost one fall and then one almost fall that you're about to see, yeah, that that makes me laugh. This was just a great way to end the day after such a serious and hard start to the day. This is the perfect way to finish it off, and oh man, that was terrifying, a great way to remind myself why I have so much faith in rollerblading. One thing I've gotten quite good at since I started doing all of these solo sessions, I think it was my 104th audio on recently, and what I've found is that I've gotten much better at following through. I set the goal of doing all three of these spots they're all at the same church/school, and I had to set the goal of doing all these tricks last night. And I am running out of spots and ideas to do, but I'm getting much better at following through. When I set a goal of an idea I want to go out and skate, a trick I want to do, I'm pretty good nowadays about making that happen, whether that's because the trick is easier than your average trick or because I'm getting better at just following through because I'm practicing a lot, who knows. But it is a really cool thing to see happen with my skating. I'm having a lot of fun, with both these audio segments and just getting better at being very consistent with my skating. I'm really happy about that. So today was a good day. These night sessions, these evening sessions, not night, these are evening sessions, they're turning out to be even more cathartic than the morning ones. One of the nicest things somebody has said to me recently was somebody just saying that I'm positive, and they enjoyed that I'm bringing positivity to my skating, and it's really important to me. As somebody who is a naturally negative person, I kind of have to compensate with that desire to be positive, and skating is that main, force of positivity in my life. So when I can be out and be, alone with my thoughts and just feeling the wheels under my feet, there's a lot of joy and a lot of happiness in that for me. So to go out and do these tricks tonight, even on stuff I'm not really all that comfortable skating like flat rails, it's just a cathartic, amazing experience. I'm really glad I can share it with you guys. So this is a fun one. This is what happens when the tricks you try to do don't work out. This is a session I tried to have on this very high brick wall ledge, and I tried two separate tricks several times and never actually landed it well enough to say that I did it. So I thought it'd be interesting to actually document, that it doesn't always work out. It's not always about landing the trick. Sometimes the process is every bit as important as the tricks themselves when it comes to progressing. So this was high and very sharp and angled downward. It was very scary to jump onto, as you can tell. I'm not fully committed to it, but it was a fun challenge, and I might go back sometime. I might get it, but yeah, you can't always land it, but it doesn't mean you can't make useful content out of it. All right, guys, I'm walking home from a session, and tonight was just unbelievable. I've been struggling in the off hours lately because of how much joy the skating brings me. I tend to feel pretty down, when I'm at home and with everybody in isolation. Even somebody like me who spends as much time alone as he does, it does get to me. And I can't say that when I go out and skate, those sessions that I have, I actually struggle to find the words to to explain just how positive and how amazing that feeling is. And to be honest, that is an embarrassment of riches, to be able to be part of something that makes you feel so good, that gives you so much happiness, that you actually struggle to find the words to put out there what it makes you feel. And if that's a problem in my life, that's a problem I'm willing to accept. I just wanted to explain that to you guys, talk about it tonight. Have faith in blading. Take it easy, guys. Be well. Okay, so my name is Brett. Government name, Really Bored Rollerblader. I've officially descended to skating all-weather radials with my ledges, which means I have officially hit peak boredom, which is awesome. I skated this tire for about 10 minutes. I'll tell you what, you look weird enough just grinding on rollerblades these days when people don't even feel like they see rollerblades anymore, but when you're involving abandoned tires, you look even more ridiculous, and it's awesome. People were driving by and looking at me, and this time I couldn't even be mad because it looks so ridiculous. It's not like I can play it off as cool while I'm skating tires. So I did do some regular tricks, still breaking in new sole plates, so it was a little bit weird, but it was a lot of fun. But yeah, peak boredom is kind of awesome because it just brings a whole new dynamic to everything. So it's a lot of fun today. Keeping the good vibes that were going yesterday, going this morning. Good times. Have a good one, guys. Later. Okay, so a second session actually happened today. After my first session finished, I got home and on Facebook, another local blader from Minnesota named Mike Wilson was posting about this pavilion you see here, and we realized we kind of live right by each other, and he came and grabbed me, and we went over and we skated it. He got his blades on for the first time this year, and I did some tricks on the soft plastic bench, and just got out, enjoyed the amazing weather that we're having right now after the fog lifted, had some good conversation, and just enjoyed the world going on around us. After that, we went over and just checked out some of these back businesses in Egan that I don't normally get to check out when I'm with other bladers, and had some fun doing that too. The topsoil to drop in on the barrier, and then did this curb to drop in on this gritty bank, and it just goes to show blading is just always worth it. When you can get out and have fun, either by yourself or with friends, it's always worth it, guys. Take it easy. Okay, so we as humans are awash with contradictions. We are so full of them. And today, I'm contradicting what I said last night, which was that I was going to take the day off today. I got some good rest, and I woke up and I decided I'm going to get out and I am going to skate today. Now, I did say yesterday that I was going to take the day off, but I'm not going to. I also usually record this audio when the session is over because I've always felt that it brings a more honest tone to what I'm feeling in the moment. But lately, I've made several references to the fact that I feel very different when I'm done with my sessions than I do before them or even way after them, and those feelings are important too. And lately, I've felt that a pretty negative way when I'm not out skating. So I wanted to document this beforehand and show you guys that my when I say have faith in blading, I do have to have that faith because I'm not always in the most positive headspaces before I go out. But I'm going to do that now. I'm going out there. I have faith in blading. I'll talk to you soon, guys. Bye. Okay, so ignore the constantly changing lighting here. I couldn't get it to work with me tonight. The lighting kept changing, but I did want to get out and kind of use this flat rail a little bit more and just see if I can get my legs back on it. I've never been a fan of flat rails, but you can't at least stay current on it if you don't skate them at least a little bit once in a while. So I got out and I did some easier tricks tonight. The grooves in these skates have a hard time locking into this rail particularly for some reason. I'm not sure what that's about, but after a while my abdominal muscle just really was hurting, so I had to call it a day. So nothing special tonight, just working on the process and skating every day, keeping your legs current. That's about all you can do. Alright guys, I'm recording another audio on the way to the spot. Now, it is again back down into the low to mid 30s in the middle of April. It's light snow flurries, and my abdominal muscle is still very, very sore. But I do want to get out. I want to go to one of the more familiar spots that I go to and just roll around, put my skates on, get some exercise, some fresh air, stretch. Those are the aspects of skating on top of not just the tricks, but just the whole experience that make it so integral to who I am. It's what makes me feel whole. So, the trick isn't important today. I might do one, I might not, but I wanted to document it because I am sore and these are challenges, but I wanted to document it and put it online just because skating is such a huge part of who I am. Taking a day off lately has just been very difficult. So, thought I'd share it with you guys. Have a good one. Stay safe, everybody. Alright guys, so the first trick I do in this is probably my favorite trick I've done in several weeks. Very pumped about this one. And what I wanted to focus on tonight was positivity, and the reason I focus so heavily on positivity, and that's because when you are an addict in recovery and you get out of rehabilitation and your body is freshly flushed from chemicals in your kind of factory reset, it takes a long time for your brain to recognize anything that used to be pleasurable as pleasurable again because all of the dopamine in your brain has been basically stripped because it's been overused, and the pleasures in your brain is so overwrought that you no longer enjoy the things you used to love. So when I got back to that and I did finally learn to really love skating again on that pure level, it's something that's amazing that I want to share with everybody. And you don't need to be an addict in recovery to really focus on loving skating. And I just thought I'd want to share that with everybody. So that's why I do that. Okay, this first trick is probably the scariest one I've done in years. Yeah, that was terrifying. Uh, I'm literally skating in a tank top because it was like the sessions of old where every trick takes forever and I was just overheating. It was insane, which is why you see my pasty white ass skating in a tank top and looking super out of shape. It's awesome. But I did several tricks today that were very scary. That dark side sweaty, and then that dark side true porn was not the scariest, but definitely the most frustrating. Probably took 6-10 minutes of just non-stop tries. But like for when you're by yourself, that's a lot because you're just getting up, going, getting up, going, getting up, going, and then the sweaty on the ledge down there was actually really high. So today's session did not go as smoothly as a lot of the other ones I've been having lately, but it was definitely very rewarding. This bench trick at the end was probably the only one that seemed to come fairly easily, and I didn't even really like it all that much. It was definitely a frustrating session, but very rewarding at the end. Very reminiscent of the sessions of old, that is for sure. Okay, my 2 sessions a day are still good as I got this done before midnight. It is about 10 o'clock, and I finally got to skate this very long, very dangerous rail over at Lifetime Fitness. And by skating this rail, I think I have now officially skated every single obstacle in all of West St. Paul. There are none left. I've skated them all. But I got out tonight. I was planning on just one session today, but I figured why not keep it up. I think I'm going on like 15 days, 2 sessions a day, so I'm about at the 30 sessions in 15 days mark, which is hilarious and awesome. But that's the beauty of the good weather, right? Enjoy the good weather while you have it, and keeps me in a good mood, makes me happy. And that's about the best you can ask for in trying times. It's just to have things in your life that make you happy and things that keep you sane. So, this was a good session tonight. It's lit. It's a rail. It's whatever. It's fun times, guys. Take it easy. Alright, guys, so it kind of hit me when I was on my way to the spot today that since the 22nd of November, I've taken a total of 4 days off, all the way through a very cold Minnesota winter. 4 days off total, and all for no other reason than just to have fun, enjoy what I'm doing, what I'm passionate about, and to have it play a pivotal role in my mental health and my sobriety. That accomplishment is something I'm extremely proud of now. Now, I try not to focus too much on accomplishments and pride because that can be a black hole of negativity eventually. But you should take the time to acknowledge when you do things right, when you do accomplish things, and I'm proud of that. I'm also proud because some other people have said that I've inspired them to want to skate when it's not necessarily the most ideal conditions. So I've helped myself. I'd like to think that I've helped a few other people, and I've focused on my mental health and my sobriety in a very, very positive way, and my skating has improved a great amount in the last couple of months. It's awesome. Let's talk expectations, huh? So, as you can tell by what I'm skating right now, something I literally found in a dumpster, I have very much eliminated the need for expectations within my skating. It was a big part of why I had such a struggle back in the days. I had very high expectations for myself, and if I wasn't spending my time doing exactly what I felt needed to be done to make my skating look the best or to get the best stuff filmed, I was very quick to anger and quick to being frustrated. Whereas now, I go out and walk around and I literally just look in dumpsters for stuff to skate. It's very hard to, you know, have your expectations not met when there aren't any. So you end up finding stuff that ends up being all the more inspiring and fun for yourself because you haven't put the pressure on yourself to do things a certain way. That's a beautiful thing, and that's something I really am grateful for more and more each time I go out is that lack of a need to skate certain things and just go have fun. Alright, as the images on screen already make clear, you never discount the possibility of snow when you live in the state of Minnesota. Dedication is important when times like this happen. When you wake up and you head out to go skate, you have to go back and get your jacket because it's snowing out. And I'm up here at Sibley. I just finished up. Made some unique stuff happen with discarded stuff from the school from the end of the school year. So got out, did the big dumpster once. My abdominal muscle is still absolutely killing me, so I didn't want to push it too hard. But this is like a mid-sized dumpster compared to the one that I skated before, which was lower and longer. So it's a little bit of dedication, a little bit of fun, and a lot of putting up with the weather when you get out on days like this. It's you make it happen. You do what you can. Gotta love blading, right? Guys, I'm layering up once again, ready to go out for my second session, finishing off my 30 sessions in 15 days here on Easter Sunday. It's snowing like heck outside again here in Minnesota, and I wanted to take the time to just wish everyone well and tell everyone that no matter who you are, whether we are friends, acquaintances, whether our only connection is rollerblading, whatever it may be, if we've had a fight in the past, if we've always gotten along, whatever it is, I want what's best for you, and I want you to be well and stay safe. I want everyone to be able to kind of step away from the natural prevalence we have today of cynicism and sarcastic behavior and remember to be grateful and be always aware of how blessed many of us are to have what we have in life and just go about our lives being grateful, being kind to one another. That's all I gotta say. Be well, guys.